Hello, I hope all of you guys are doing well and that you had a great holiday season. It is about to be over here. We're looking at about 6.5 hours before 2024 comes to a close. And what can I say other than this month completely got away from me? I was thinking I was going to have all this time to get caught up on all these videos that I was editing and get them posted for you guys, but it just didn't happen. This video here that I'm about to show you was part of a video that was well over a half an hour long, and I didn't want to do that to you guys. So in this video, you'll see about the whole subject, but all that stuff will be down in the comment section or in the description of the video. We can discuss that stuff in the future, but either way, I just wanted to wish all of you guys a happy 2025. Thank you all for all of the views, the likes, the subscriptions, the comments, the camaraderie. We're all in this for the same reason. This is a community here and we all love music. I look forward to posting so much more content for you guys. 35 years ago on Christmas Day, I received this bass and proceeded to make my transition from a thrash metal guitarist to a thrash metal bassist. Over those past 35 years, if I could go back in time and give myself any type of advice or any pieces of advice, these are 35 things that I would tell myself. The first piece of advice is you need to make sure that you really, really want to do this. If you can feel it in your soul and in your heart that this is what you want to do, then I highly suggest that you not only do it and stick with it, but you get to work immediately. Time waits for no one. The second thing that I would say is practice as much as humanly possible. That means every second of the day that you feel up to it, of course, play your instrument. Just always play it. Just always have it in your hand. Always be working on it. Make sure you're getting good at it. Practice every single day, no matter what. When I first got this bass, I played it all the time. Every single day, I played this bass and I took it everywhere I could take it. If we went on vacation, I took it. I went on the beach with it. I constantly had this bass in my hand. I was playing it all the time, okay? So this is so important because if you're gonna be into something, you gotta just do it all the time. Don't give up any of your techniques. So slap, pop, tap, any of that stuff that you can do, and if you do it well, or if you wanna do it well, work on it every day, work on it all the time. It doesn't matter if you're playing in a band and they're like, we don't want you to play that way. Don't worry about it. Keep it to yourself then, but don't give up those skills. Work on that stuff every single day. Never throw away your skills, ever. Let Anthony Jackson, John Patitucci, Steve Bailey, and Les Claypool do what they do best, and you do you. Just because they play every other bass known to man doesn't mean that you should too. So find your instrument and stick with it. Don't spread yourself too thin. You don't have to have a 6-string fretted and fretless bass and an upright bass and then a 5-string bass, and you don't have to have all of these different types of basses in order to play bass. All you need is your 4-string bass. Now, this is nothing against anyone who plays a 5 or 6-string or 7-string or an 8-string. It's nothing against you. If that's what you do and that's what you love and you think that that is the instrument that can take you everywhere you need to go, fine. So be it. Play that instrument and stick with it. But you don't want to be out there wagging around 15 to 40 different instruments and you don't even really have a good solid foundation or relationship with one of them. I play this bass more than any of my other basses, but what makes this bass useful, and I'm going to come back to this later, I'm going to go back to this, but what makes this bass important to me to have is because it is the foundation of what I play. It's a 4-string fretted acoustic electric bass. I highly recommend you get one. I will get back to this on the list later. That's what I've decided to stick with. I've sold off several basses over the past year, and I feel so much better for doing this now because I can focus on what I think is important. And I think it's very, very important to find an instrument that speaks to you in every way and see what you can get done with that instrument rather than saying, well, I'm gonna sit here and work on the 4-string, all, for this, that, and the other, and then for this song, I'm gonna do a 6-string. Like I said, There's nothing wrong with you doing that, but you need to understand the moment you start doing that, you're dividing your focus, okay? And it's not good to divide your focus. Which leads to my third piece of advice. If you're going to do this, invest in an acoustic electric bass. You will not be sorry. This is my acoustic electric bass. It is a crafter. I believe it was made sometime in the early 2000s, maybe the late 90s. Sorry, I do not have the exact year that it was made. I play this bass more than any of my other basses because I can just pick it up and I can immediately just... can always play it. It's always ready. It's a great companion. Now, I will say that slapping on it is a little tricky, but you can work on your slap on it. You can just work on your triplets. I mean, you can definitely play with a pick with it, and the fingers is no problem. You don't have anywhere to rest your thumb, like you don't have a pickup to rest your thumb on. Now you can get an attachment and maybe glue something here or drill something in there. I would not recommend this. You will find out by working with this, you know, like just placing your thumb wherever and not really having somewhere to like dig your thumb in to lock it down. You will get better because of that. Your plucking hand, if you're a finger player, will benefit from it. So once again, number 3, get an acoustic electric bass. You won't regret it. I think they're good to have. Like I said, you can play them anytime. You don't have to have an amp to plug it in. It's not gonna help you when you're sitting around a campfire and other people are playing acoustic guitars. It's gonna get lost because of the low frequency. But for you, if you're a bassist and you just wanna practice bass lines on your bass and you don't have anywhere to plug up, you don't wanna fiddle around with headphones or a headphone amp, this is your greatest companion. You will benefit from it. Number 4, practice singing and playing at all times. Talk and play the bass if you have to do it, but it will help you with your rhythm to talk and play the bass and sing and play the bass. It'll help you in so many ways and it's good for the brain. I highly recommend that if you can hold a tune or you can carry a tune or hold a note, then you should be singing as well as playing your instrument. You will only benefit from it. It will make you a stronger songwriter. This is something that I really had a grip on very early in my musical journey. Despite the fact that people would say, please, we want you to sing on this, or they would ask me to come in and do backing vocals with other bands. You know, I would be invited for things. I still had this issue. I took so much issue with my voice, and now, you know, I do have a little bit more confidence in it now. I used to not even want to hear myself speak on tape or whatever. I couldn't stand hearing my voice back. But now, here I am doing this YouTube channel. So anyway, learn to sing and play, or sing while playing your instrument or while practicing. Practice this skill because it's great, especially when if you are supporting someone else and they need backing vocals, especially live. It is so much fun when you're playing and you're lending those backing vocals. You're gonna be so much better for it, believe me. The next thing, be open to suggestions. This is something that I had a big problem with starting out. I did not want to listen to anyone. I was very, very lucky that I had people who knew that they would have to push me and battle with me to get me to listen to them and see things their way and be more open-minded. So work with people who you respect also. Make sure that you're in a band where you and these other musicians who are working with you, you're collaborating, you're nurturing one another, you're learning together, you're growing together. These are very, very important things to learn when you are starting out or throughout your journey as a musician. You need to be able to play with other people and you need to play well with others in general. So this is something that I would tell my younger self very early on. It took me a few years, but I eventually got it. And I am so much better because of that, you know, especially with guitar players who I would always have issues with and headbutt with quite a bit, partly because I came from the guitar and I thought I knew better, but I didn't. The guitar player, ultimately, generally they know better, as well as the drummer will know better. And I am grateful for the amazing guitar players that I've played with over the years, as well as drummers who have not been shy about saying, hey man, what you're doing is good here, but it could be better, and this is how it can be better. Let's try this. That's it. I mean, it's as simple as that. You can either accept criticism, because you're going to be criticized. I don't care how good you are. Richie Blackmore criticized Joe Satriani. Are you kidding me? But he did. So no matter what you do, where you go, there's always going to be people who are going to criticize you. Some of them may be brutally honest with you, you know? You've got to be ready to deal with that. And you've got to be able to collaborate and work well with others. I mean, it's just so important. So I'm going to end this part of the video because it looks like it's going to be a super long one, and I don't want to put a long video up. So this may end up being like a 7-part series where I go over 35 things that I would go back and tell myself if I could go back in time 35 years. I want to thank all of you for watching, liking, subscribing. You all know what to do, and you've been doing it, and I'm grateful to you for it. I'll see you in the next video. Happy New Year.